Daniel Cormier.
This is my favorite podcast to come on. John quit. Call it what it is.
Wow.
John quit.
Is that right?
Is it a smart move?
John Jones and Stipe fought when there was an interim champion. He fights a dude that hasn't fought for 3 years. You know what's the craziest thing? I would have said John Jones will beat him right now. And if Cyril Gane won, I'd be like, yo, I'm back. If you have the steroid accusations, you can't be the GOAT. John will never have losses. That's what he saves himself. If Islam can start to pressure him early and take him down early, or even just make him wrestle, he might struggle.
Now you got Kamaru and Islam.
I think it's a great fight.
I think it sells itself. Who do you think is the most overrated fighter? Pound for pound, good guy, bad guy. We should get together and have a debate.
Come get destroyed. You know, Chael and I made a lot of money with our mouth.
Pause.
Oh my God, pause.
A Shot of Line production.
Hey man, thank y'all. This is my favorite podcast to come on as a guest.
Dang,
it really
good.
is.
You good, bro. You be.
It really is. It really is my favorite.
All your wrestlers must be just national champions, huh?
No, why?
I mean, the way you just glaze, you know, you remind me of somebody. The way you self-glaze,
terrible, dog. So, first off, I always want to do this because you guys are two of my favorite people in all of MMA. But when I was watching you wrestle, I thought to myself, my brother. Right, like my brother. I was like, wow, he went out there and really did his thing. I was proud of you, man. Congratulations. I thought to myself, my brother. Yeah. What a great job, dog. That was awesome to watch, man.
Thank you. No, sometimes it takes a guy like that, dangerous opponent, someone who's game, someone who's willing to do all the things necessary to kind of push that button and get you up again. And he did that. So shout out to Buckley. I think he grew from the fight, and I think I definitely grew from that fight. So, big shout out to him. It was a good fight.
Yeah, which is pretty impressive on for Kamaru, man. Because when you start going on the little skid, it's like, does he still got it?
In the mental, everybody doubting you, and mentally you got to get over that.
Tactically broke this dude down, but what do you think right now? Since we're on that subject, what do you think about the 170 pounds? Is Kamaru Usman the Nigerian Nightmare next to fight for this title?
I think that he has as strong a case as anybody. The only person that could deter that championship opportunity, and I say this with as much respect as I can, is Shavkat. If Shavkat comes back and everybody was so adamant that he was number one, they'll be like, well, this kid deserves it. He's undefeated, and we've seen it before. Here's what helps you. Islam wins. It makes it easier to sell. Because of the whole same management team, friendship, being in the same circle, now that may propel you forward. So I think there's two things to hope for. You don't know how long Shavkat's out with his injury. And the second part is if Islam wins, I think the world likes mess. Yeah. Right. The world likes to see people that are aligned forever not be aligned. And they would love to see what a build between you two would be.
Kamaru and Shavkat are the lead runners.
They are.
What do you do with the rest of the guys? What do you do with?
Well, there's a lot of guys, man.
What do you do with
Sean
Brady?
Sean Brady should fight Ian Gary. I think that's the next fight for those two. Sean Brady should fight Ian Gary. Joaquin Buckley should get another decent fight. But I think right now it ultimately comes down to Kamaru. It comes down to Shavkat, Ian Gary, and who else is up there, Kamaru?
I would
say in the top five.
Yeah, I would say Bilal.
Bilal too. Now Bilal wants to fight you. And if
of course.
Yeah.
So, but it's funny how that flipped though. Because when I wanted to fight, it's like and then now
he wants to fight you. Well, Bilal wants to fight you. If you don't get the title fight, that would be the fight I would like to see. Because in that fight, if you beat Bilal after beating Joaquin, then you're guaranteed to get a title.
So you would rather see the Bilal fight with Kamaru rather than Shavkat?
Kamaru and Shavkat?
No, which one would you prefer? Would you?
If he ain't fighting for the belt, I think it's Bilal.
Okay, so you don't think, which I never even, it wasn't even a thought in my mind. So it's looking like it's gonna take about a year for there to be another challenge for that title, that welterweight title.
Yep.
If it goes one way, if Islam is able to get that done. Mm-hmm. So, that means that belt is going to be kind of hanging up for a year.
Yeah.
till he's ready to come back and fight again.
I
So
don't think so though.
I think Islam
Absolutely.
would fight. Islam might fight.
No, but
if
you-
Islam fights in the fall, he'll fight again before Ramadan.
no, I don't think so.
Think about this though. He's been active. He's been pretty active.
Okay, let's say Islam fights October, November. Ramadan this year is February
Oh, it's in
26th to
February.
March 26th.
So that he would fight after.
And
So
he-
you're looking at
yeah.
April, May.
So, no, he would need time, at least 8 weeks to prepare. 8
So
to
you
10
think
weeks.
June is by next June is when he would be
May,
back.
June is when he would be back. So
That's a long time. So
That's
yeah,
a long time.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to fight again. And I think activity is gonna probably be important because think about it, the nerves you've probably felt going in there for the first time in a long time.
Right.
That shit sucks.
Right.
When you haven't fought for a while and you gotta go fight somebody. I fought in 2015 3 times. It was like riding a bike. I would just walk to the octagon, fight somebody, and I was
or
fine.
run to the octagon.
And run to the octagon. But then 2016, because remember, Gustafson beat me up bad. I was like, yo, I need like 9 months. Bro, I'm in the locker room waiting to go fight Anderson.
Right.
Anderson came like 2 days before. I know he's not in shape. I know he can't wrestle. I literally know that there's a 99% chance I'm winning. I was scared. Like I was actually in the back scared, like, man, it felt so unfamiliar because I had been away for so long. So it's like, dude, yeah, activities. If you can stay active and stay in that routine, that's even better.
So is that your recommendation for Kamaru? I mean, what if he is granted that
Stay
kind of
aligned,
shot?
then wait. If he is getting a shot, wait. If they say, yeah, you're next, wait. But if not, I'm trying to stay aligned with the champion.
Yeah, but would that still benefit? He's out to become the best in the world. I mean, when you get a guy like Islam who fights, pretty
frequently. Yeah, he's not Islam fights, dude.
Yeah.
Islam fights relatively quick.
Yeah, because
Fights about 2 times a year, which in this day and age is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Because some champs don't fight that often.
Right. I mean, I don't think has there ever been since the pound for pound rankings have been introduced. I think there's been what 6, maybe 7 pound for pound.
No, like 8 or 9.
8 or 9?
8 or 9, yeah. So Anderson, Jones,
Habib,
Demetrius,
Habib, myself,
I was
Volkanovski, and Islam.
They're
That's
like,
it.
Only like 8 or 9 people.
I don't
There
think
hasn't been
there's.
many.
I don't think there's ever been a former pound
we
for
get
pound
Jones in
versus
there?
a current pound for
I think we
pound.
forgot
Jones was in there too.
No, it's in there too. Yeah.
Yeah, Jones was in there.
I don't think there's
Jones
ever
was
been.
pound one for a long time.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it sells itself,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like people are sleeping on JDM,
That dude good, man.
and that's what I said last time. Like we can't sleep.
Hold on, come on. I think the lighting's
Nah,
gonna
but that's
change.
okay. It just like got
Yeah.
sexy up in here.
We can't we can't sleep on JDM. Like when he was going up against Bilal, everyone's talking about
I
Bilal.
thought
and
Bilal
Canelo.
was gonna take him
Come
down.
on.
Problem is Bilal didn't wrestle early enough. Bilal didn't wrestle till the 3rd round.
Right. No, and
of that was because
by that
Jack looked
point,
so good.
By that point, he was already in his groove.
Hey, once a dude start getting his rhythm like that and moving and juking and jiving on you, it's hard to take him down.
Right.
You got to get him early.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like he was. I didn't feel like JDM was doing it. I think it was more on Bilal Muhammad and a little bit of what he said kind of came into fruition. I'm gonna keep it on my feet. I got the Canelo hands and whatnot, and then it was almost like I don't know what it was, but
You know
Did
why?
you watch the
it
fight?
wasn't the Bilal that we.
It wasn't the guy we saw against Sean Brady and the guy we saw against Leon. But here's the problem. We got to be very careful not to give too much credit to one guy
True.
and take away from the guy that actually
True.
was the one that did what he was supposed to do because
Absolutely.
Jack Della
That goes the same
Maddalena.
thing for JDM.
I'm talking about Jack Della Maddalena.
No.
We can't say it's more on Bilal because Bilal wasn't able to implement his game plan when Jack was the one that actually did what he was supposed to do.
Off rip.
Off the rip. From the very start of the fight, Henry, Jack Della just looked different.
Right. Right.
He looked different.
To me, it all goes back to attempts. Let's see how many times he attempted something.
He didn't. He didn't attempt many takedowns.
That would be the only reason why I feel like there's something that just wasn't.
So you think that when there's a guy trying to actually take Jack down, he'll get taken out?
No, not necessarily. But and again, you go back what you just said. What he was able to do to Sean Brady. What he was able to do to Leon too, bro. Like
His pressure. his
level
takedown.
change, got him against the cage, took him down.
Yeah,
Like,
but you're talking about different types of fighters. You're talking about the type of fighters like Leon. Leon will sit back and
Yeah,
let
he
you
kinda
kind of
JDM
work.
and like to
JDM
counter a
Yeah,
little
can
bit.
wrestle.
yeah, he
can
likes to
shoot.
counter.
JDM
And-
don't wrestle, but he
JD
was defending well, and he puts damage on you.
Exactly. Off rip,
He starts putting damage on
start
him, and he
putting
can box.
paws
how do
on
you
him.
see that fight with him and Islam? I mean, you're giving JDM a lot of.
I'm giving him a lot of credit. I think
does he
I
have the
think
ability to beat a guy like Islam?
here's where he's gonna have to show some improvement. He'll get takedown attempts coming at him very early. This time. The last fight, he didn't have to deal with that when he was fresh. If Islam can start to pressure him early and take him down early, or even just make him wrestle early, he might struggle. We've seen before him get taken down, but I don't know that he's ever felt anything like he's going to feel, because it's not going to be double legs and single legs with Islam. It's going to be him playing with his feet, tripping him, moving around on the octagon side, doing things that he don't recognize as freely. Yeah. Henry, you and I know, and Kamaru, you guys are very few. There are only few people that can truly understand what makes a person really good in wrestling in mixed martial arts. If I shoot a double leg, there's a very good chance they're going to defend. Most people will. They'll split their legs. They'll grab you. They'll do that weird defense against the fence where they open their legs wide and they underhook you. They do the split. But if I shoot a single or a double, boom, put you to the fence. Now grab a single. Then I will pull you off the fence. And then I run you back to the fence with a double. Now the guys start reaching and grabbing stuff. Then they start doing that weird stuff like coming over your head, almost giving their back. They start doing weird stuff because they don't understand wrestling in that second level, in the third level. Everybody's like, well, you used to throw everybody in the air. Because they didn't know what to do once I started moving them backwards, moving them forward, kick at their feet. Like, keep doing all those things to give them way too much information. They understand defend double, defend single, push his head down. But when you give them all that other stuff, that's why the inside triple is so effective for you. Yeah. They don't know what that is. Yeah. They don't know how to defend that. They don't know how to get circle in the right direction, how to get out of the trip, how not to move when you pull me towards your overhook. You know what they're used to? They're used to grabbing an underhook and you pulling them towards the underhook. So when you pull them towards that overhook, they're like, huh? Then you inside out trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's why.
No, I get it, but she didn't answer the question.
See, but the problem is, like, I can only give you that because I can't truly make a prediction on a fight. Like, the job doesn't allow it.
Islam gets the job done. Now you got Kamaru and Islam.
Yeah.
How do you break that fight down? And how do you break them accordingly? I'm not saying giving or picking sides, but dude, they're two wrestlers, man, that have hands.
I think it's a great fight. And in most instances, whenever you have two guys that can wrestle, you end up seeing striking. Who's going to be better in that realm? Can Kamaru Usman use his size to really hit him with the jab, keep him at bay, and make him work in areas that he doesn't? Because what we do know about Islam is he's a much better striker than people give him credit for. Bro, he won all the rounds against Dustin Poirier in a fight that was pretty much all striking. He gets judged on a different curve than most, though, because he's been so dominant. Everybody's like, well, Dustin Poirier fought him so well, but he didn't. It was literally 5-0 and he got submitted.
Yeah.
So he gets a little bit like...
It's almost like Poirier got his licks, but he got dominated.
He got beat. But it's like, because Islam's been so good, people judge him differently. I think if him and Usman fought, it's very good. I think there are way more interesting fights for him at 170 because of the size difference than there is at 155. Damn. So I think when he gets in that weight class, it's going to make for some much more fun fights. Because right now, bro, he put Charles... when was the last time he hasn't finished someone? Right. He finished Charles for the belt. Then after he finished Charles, who did he fight?
Moicano?
Fought Volk.
He fought Volk. That was close. Didn't finish him. But the second time
Volk,
he finished Volk.
Second time, finished Moicano.
Finished Moicano. Finished Dustin Poirier. Yeah. And then before that, he was finishing Drew Dober. And then whatever that one...
Dan Hooker.
He finished Dan Hooker fast. He finished the little Brazilian dude that's the jiu-jitsu guy from American Top Team. He finished him too. Adriano Martins or whatever his name was. He's been finishing guys. And I think that the smaller guy can't really compete.
That's who he lost to, I believe.
Oh, Martins is who he lost to?
Yeah.
Well, who's the other guy? There was another guy, a jiu-jitsu kid from American Top Team, right at the start of this run where he's just been submitting everybody. Submitted Bobby Green. He just submitted them all. He beats them all because they're too small.
We're going to take a quick break from the episode to thank our sponsors, Lucy.
Yeah, big shout out to Lucy's for supporting the show. I tried my first Lucy over the weekend, and wow, man, it's next level.
Now, if you don't know, Lucy makes modern nicotine products, pouches, gums, and specialty pouches called Lucy Breakers. Henry, how satisfying was it when the bead breaks in your mouth?
That's a definitely pause. I've never had an experience like that before. That pop was absolutely wild. Woo!
What's cool is they're not loaded with tobacco leaf and all that stuff you find in older products. Just clean ingredients, multiple strength from 4, 8, all the way up to 12 milligrams.
Now let's talk about those flavors. We got mango, grape, mint, sweet, spicy, minty. They've got it all. Got me feeling zesty.
Pause, Henry. Of course, we're big fans, and they've been a big part and an awesome supporter of the show. Go to lucy.co/pound for pound, and don't forget to use the promo code pound for 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co, and don't forget to use the promo code pound for 20% off your first order. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adult of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Now, let's get back to the episode. I mean, welterweight is fun right now.
It's a great weight.
And let's just talk about right now in the UFC. You know, we kind of have gone through this period where Conor disappears. Mm-hmm. John is kind of doing his thing.
No, he's not doing his thing.
Well,
John's retired.
Well,
you can say John's doing his thing, but John quit.
I said was
quit. Is that
doing
right?
his maybe not, maybe
John's not
right.
maybe John quit. Like call it what it is.
Wow.
John quit.
Y'all just gonna say that?
Why do you
Why is
say
that the word choice? Why is that the word
Bro,
choice?
I said this on my YouTube channel.
John retired.
I'll say this on my YouTube channel. I said it the other day. I said if John doesn't fight this guy, he quit. Let me explain to you. Oh man, this is good. All right. So here we go. Do you remember when John Jones and I were fighting? Now, all that stuff from Counterpunch came up, where it was me telling John he won't change, me telling John all this stuff. In that video, John says, there's no way you can compete with me. He goes, because every day you get a little older. He said, if we run, if we jump, I'm 28 years old, you're 37. And every day you get closer to 38. He says, I will see in the octagon a 38-year-old man while I'm just entering into my prime. Right? Those are words.
Stung. They sting. You
You're
got to
like,
think about it. Like,
even when I'm thinking, but so yes, they did, because I'm thinking to myself, he's right. He's a kid. He's still fresh. He's young. I've been through an entire wrestling career, and now I'm doing this. I'm working my ass off. And I've never been better than he beat me in Anaheim that night. That was the best version of Daniel Cormier. No matter how many fights I won, he beat me that night. But those words are now the exact same words that can be spoken to him on the other side. Where Tom Aspinall, if they did a counterpunch, could say, every morning I see, when you wake up, you see a 37-year-old man that's lived a hard life and party, that's done all these things. How can you keep up with me? And John thought to himself, when the words were related to him, he said, I'm out. I'm not doing it. That's why I said he quit.
Okay, now let me
I ain't taking it back.
But now let me ask you something. Because he's a winner, he also knows his body. So, is it a smart move? You may say quit, but is
He
it?
He could have said that long time ago. He could have said that long time ago. Because you know why he didn't? You want to know why he didn't?
Those decisions are hard.
But you want to know why he didn't? Because he was thinking about doing it. He was trying to convince himself that he still could put in the work necessary to go beat this dude.
Damn, dude, this is speaking facts.
Was
bro.
the truth. He was still, the reason he didn't say in November, it would have been a fairy tale ending. And you know what else I think? He probably got, John Jones and Stipe fought when there was an interim champion. John Jones fought Stipe Miocic when Tom Aspinall was the interim champion. How many times do you get a champion that comes back after a long time? He doesn't fight the interim champ. He fights a dude that hasn't fought for 3 years. He probably said, hey, give me this one as a legacy, and I'll give you the other one. And then when he fought that dude, Stipe, and got it done, he was like, okay, I can fight this dude. And then Tom beat the shit out of Derek Lewis. Tom beat up on Curtis Blades. He knocked Sergey head off.
Yeah.
Nobody can go with him. And he's like, do I have to put... Because he worked hard. He knew how hard he had to work to beat me. And the world's telling him, hey, man, this dude's going to beat you. He's going to knock you out. This guy's this. And he probably thought to himself, I don't know that I can make myself go to that place again. I'm rich. I know how hard it's going to be to prepare myself to beat him. I don't want to do it. So, yeah, he should have did it in November. If he'd have walked away, we said, wow, what an ending to beat the greatest heavyweight of all time for your last fight. But instead, he waited, and he waited, and he waited. And that's where the mistake was.
I mean, you hit something right there that's really powerful. It's and that's what I think true competitors have to have, is that not only respect for yourself, but that honesty with yourself.
Yes.
In making that decision. And I remember you and I talked when, I'm sure there was a couple of opportunities floated your way. Like, yeah, hey, we're struggling here. We might need you to step in and come back. And I remember you and I talked, and you said, this is why I decided to walk away.
I don't have it.
Because I just couldn't go there.
I can't train the way I want to train.
Right.
I knew that at the end of the fight, I should have been done too. When my back went out against Derek Lewis, I should have been done. Because once the back goes out, everything starts to break down like a car.
Yeah.
It's like your back, your neck. Yeah. I should have stopped, but the money got too good, so I kept fighting.
Yeah,
but again, I would go fight the dude. And I said this the other, I said, if I was John Jones, as scary as this was to fight Tom Aspinall, I would have done it already. 41 years old, I would have fought him already. And if he'd have beat me, it is what it is. Yeah, right. But he's undefeated, right? So he gets to keep that.
Yeah.
And MMA fans have short memories.
Yeah, but just we can. There's a quote that Demetrius Johnson kind of went viral. You want to pull it up real quick, Logan?
I heard it.
Okay. What did you think? He says,
if you have the steroid accusations, you can't be the GOAT. Right? When you have that tied to your name, you can't be the GOAT.
And then he mentioned GSP. He mentioned
Khabib.
He mentioned Khabib
himself.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of the people,
but there's been other fighters who have been,
And there were a lot of people that said, well, you guys have losses. John will never have losses. That's where he saves himself. He will never have losses if he can truly walk away from this thing and not come back. He'll never have that loss. He'll never have that stain. Bro, you guys all know, we have to watch ourselves. Every event, either get beat, knocked out, finished, something happens in that little run, that highlight video that plays. I think Jones is so afraid of that visual that he said, I ain't doing it. Because if this dude knocks me out...
It's like Anderson Silva Weidman.
If this dude knocks me out, I will never get rid of this idea that he knocked me out. You know what's the craziest thing? Since the fight will never happen, gun to my head, I would have said John Jones will beat him right now. I would have said, he'll probably beat him right now. Because guess why? Tom has never been pushed into those championship rounds.
Right.
But if Tom gets to those once he gets to those championship rounds, even now, say Cyril Gane pushes him 25 minutes. And if he beats Cyril Gane, but he learns to go 25 minutes where that first time you feel that, I got to get up off that stool after the third round. Yo, Tom hasn't gotten off the stool for a third round.
When we saw that Francis Ngannou Stipe.
Exactly. That's the comp. Francis, when he fought Stipe and he went to try to knock him out, by the middle of the fight, Francis looking like he saw a ghost.
Right.
Francis breathing out of his mouth and nose. How you breathe out of your mouth and nose at the same time? Francis doesn't manage to create a whole different way of breathing. And I love Francis.
Hey, don't talk about my brother like that.
Come on. Yeah. We talked about it. He laughed at it himself. Francis breathing out of his nose and mouth at the same time. It's like, shit, I'm exhausted. Big Frank, like, exhausted. But then when he fought Cyril, Big Frank knew, leave a little bit in the tank.
Yeah.
I got to make sure I'm okay. Then by the third round, he wrestling.
Yeah.
He's so fresh that he wrestling because he learned how to go 25 minutes. You needed to fight Tom now when he doesn't have that experience, especially as John Jones.
Where he's so-called super dangerous, because you're right, he hasn't, and I've said that, and I agree with 100%. I feel like John's game plan in that fight would be to counter him, but counter him through wrestling
And just grab him and hold on to him.
and make him work.
There's nothing, even if you're just in the clinch with Tom Aspinall, dragging on him, holding him, pushing him in, kneeing him, grabbing his leg. When he defends, come back up to his body. Grab his leg when he defends, come back up to his body. And just keep him in the clinch for 5-10 minutes. Right. It's like there's a danger factor. See, even with Joaquin Buckley, 7.5 minutes, I thought, unbelievable that he 24 minutes in, he still had power. Yeah. Most dudes like that, though, have about 7 to 8 minutes to be super dangerous.
Right.
And then they start to kind of, the danger level is like not as high.
Yeah, and I think people don't understand how effective that, just how
it's exhausting
that is when psychologically you come to thump.
You want to fight, but I'm just grabbing you.
You come to throw hands, and this guy, when your emotion starts going and your heart and everything is blood is pumping, you just want to punch, and this person's grabbing on you. You can't get him off.
And then your arms start to blow up.
Exactly.
Like
all of these things just really start. And I don't think people understand just how powerful that is and how exhausting
it's one of the hardest parts of fighting.
Right.
But back to Demetrius Johnson, I agree completely. I agree completely.
So you wouldn't even rank John at all?
So I think in terms of fighting skills, that dude is good. Because, again, he beat me. Mm-hmm. And I am one that fought him when he tested positive for a performance enhancer. But I also recognize he's probably not the only guy I fought that had performance enhancers. He was just the only one I couldn't beat that had performance enhancers. So at the end of the day, he still won the fight. I don't worry too much about that. My frustration is, why did it happen every time? That's it. Why was it something every time? Why was it at UFC 182 when we fought? Everybody talk about the drugs, right? The cocaine that he was doing. But also his levels were super low, which are very suspicious. Why? Then when we were supposed to fight at UFC 200, he tests positive, they pull him out of the fight. Why? Then we fight at UFC 214. He tests positive after the fight. Why?
All 3 times?
Against me.
All 3 times.
All those times. Why? That's where my frustration comes. Because you know that I'm going to work my ass off. And if you aren't confident you can work at that level, you seek out help. I don't doubt for a second, and this is not just him, but all those guys that do cocaine and do dope and do drugs, I don't think for a second that if you do those things that will hurt you, you aren't willing to do something that'll help you. That is really my thought. If you do drugs that can ultimately hurt your career, you're going to do things that are going to help your career, meaning steroids.
Damn.
But every time. It was like, why every time? And it's not happening against the other guys. It's happening when we fight every time. Right. And that sucks.
Yeah, so what happens now with if you're matchmaking? What happens with
Aspinall?
With Aspinall, and how do you rank the heavyweight division?
It's so crazy too because they actually took John Jones off the roster. That was fast. Normally you let him linger.
Hey.
They took him off the roster.
No,
you know we fight. You know the company.
But still, they must just be frustrated.
Yeah, exactly.
They must have got super frustrated.
Know how we get down.
Well, how often is someone just still sitting on the roster after they say, "Yeah, I'm done"?
Francis is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, but that's different.
How?
Because Francis went and did something else. He's in a different organization. He's still active.
But we were upset with him.
If Francis said, "I'm just done fighting," I don't know that he'd have been removed from all that as fast as John did it. Because I think there's some frustration. Bro, they announced that John was retiring in Baku. Just at a post-fight press conference. And it wasn't even like the first thing out of Dana's mouth. 10 minutes went before you announced that the greatest fighter of all time has retired. So there might be some frustration there. But it does, like, if I was Jones, I'd have been like, leave me on there. Because it seems like he's having a good time trolling and messing around. And if Cyril Gane won, I'd be like, yo, I'm back. We saw what happened with him and Cyril. If Cyril Gane won, I'm like, yo, I'm back, or I'm just on the internet. And that's what you thought was going to beat me? That's what he could do. He could just sit there and go, "That's who you guys thought would beat me. Cyril beat him."
Well, of course, it's gonna happen because
I think that shit is
I think-
hilarious. I
think
love when he get evil.
What you what?
I love when he evil. Like I love it, bro. But did you see when them Russians was like dumping him in the water? I'm like, yo, what is happening? They in the swimming pool. This nigga's smiling. They're picking him up. Did y'all see that video? This is the craziest video ever, bro. John is in the water with it looked like he had a life vest on in the swimming pool. And they just picking him up, dumping him. He's smiling. Every time he come out the water, I was like, yo, this boy's happy. I was happy for him.
Yeah. No, obviously
Henry don't like this because Henry like John Jones.
So obviously,
look at him.
Don't talk about
no. I mean,
don't talk about my friend.
No, I mean, John is of course.
Look, John, look, John. Look, he in the water. Look, they gonna pick him up and dump him. He just smiling every time he come from under the water. Dog, look at this.
No, listen. John,
he gonna be mad at y'all too.
No, John,
y'all laughing with me.
No, I mean, John knows like the level of respect that I have for him and everything that he's done in the sport. Like we all agree when it comes to just skills and technique of fighting.
He good, man.
The way that what he was able to do, because we've had a conversation with Dominic Reyes, and Reyes fought him, and trying to match that skill for skill. Reyes is a better boxer, per se, because as far as how you use it in the fight, and he mentioned about John's how
he puts it all together better.
Yeah, how the distance control of how John doesn't knock guys out, boom, boxing with his hands. But I'm talking about putting together a complete fight. Look at if you want to look at prime John, look at John Jones and Shogun Rua.
Dude, that was when he was young and he beat the shit out of shit.
I mean, dude, just that
was crazy.
Just the mixture of technique.
Even Bader, man. Even when Bader we thought was going to be
good, he killed him. And all of us, like even me, like it's like I had to go forward the whole time because he was so much taller than me.
Right.
And he just kneeing me in the stomach, kicking me. He's like, okay, I can't hit him because he's got good head movement. So he started kicking and kneeing. It was like he knew what he had to do to get me because he knew that for me to fight him, I had to go. But like the whole time, I'm just going through razors. I'm having to cut through so many razors to get close to go boom, 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 boom. And then he creates space again and then start back at step one. Get through the razors. And then by the time I get there, I done got kneed in the body 3-4 times. If I'm far enough, he starts kicking at me. And then by I get close, now I start beating him with the hands. He starts trying to elbow. It's like just so many different weapons. And how can you not respect that? Because at the end of the day, look, be like Chael. Say it. I did steroids. So what? Steroids don't help you fight. They help you train. Inside that octagon, though, that's not the steroids. That's John Jones' fighting ability that is carrying him.
Right. Wow. I mean, there's so much being said. I mean, like I said, we're going through a transition of the superstars kind of phasing out. I mean, John phased out. We've been waiting on Conor McGregor to try to make a comeback.
Conor's not coming back, bro.
And
Conor's done, man. Conor's done. I saw Conor hit somebody the other day again. He be hitting random people now, man.
But isn't that indicative of him wanting to come back? He want to get back in there.
Sucker punching people. Not even
believe that. With all that money, he's just hitting people. You know he got too much money because you know he's getting sued. He's like, $1 million here. He like Oprah. $1 million for you. $1 million for you. Every time he feel like he want to hit somebody, he go punch somebody.
So you don't think there's a chance for Conor to come back?
I don't think he wants to. I think Michael Chandler getting beat on by Charles Oliveira the way he did makes it more likely that he would come back to fight Chandler. He can only fight the right guy, though.
Right.
He can't go fight one of y'all. No way. It's not going to be good for him. But if he comes back and he fights a Chandler, you know, a guy that is really good and willing to stand and trade with him, then he might be able to get in there and fight. But, I mean, anybody that's trying to, go super hard, it's going to be hard for Conor. And Conor was great, man.
Right.
Conor was great. Like, people might not like his personality. People might think he's too much. He was great. And I was talking to someone today about it. I said, while I may not have the greatest relationship with Conor McGregor, partly because of Habib and his relationship with Conor McGregor, I respect and appreciate him for being that guy for my brother Khabib. Because without Conor McGregor, Khabib doesn't go to the moon.
Right.
Right? You need that guy. And I think Ilia Topuria and Islam might be that for each other. So while you may not like each other, you may need each other to go to the next level. So I appreciate Conor for helping Khabib achieve the life that he has today. Because before the Conor McGregor fight, he was great. We all loved him on the mixed martial arts level. Right after Conor McGregor, he was a global superstar.
Yeah, and can I say something about that too? It even brought religion in there. Like I feel like Islam, like the religion, really kind of was inspired, man,
By Khabib.
about Khabib. Like
Because
like
they needed him to go take care of this bad guy that was attacking everything that they stand for.
Right.
And if you know Khabib, he's really like committed to his religion. And he went and did away with the bad guy that was attacking the Muslim community.
Muslim faith.
Yep.
Right.
All right, y'all. Quick pause to the show for some love to our sponsor. That's right, at True Classic. You see that, Kamaru? You see that, Kamaru Dean? I got some True Classic on right now, but these shirts do not miss.
Easy, my brother, easy. But you're right. I love rocking the gear all the time. And of course, you put me on to the breathable anti-odor performance tee while I was in camp. Thank you, my man.
True Classic is comfortable and it fits perfectly. Soft, clean, no weird bunching. It hugs the right spots and lets you breathe where it counts. Forget overpriced designer gear. Forget fast fashion that falls apart. This is everyday elite.
True Classic has one mission: to make sure guys look good and feel even better. They've definitely got it right. The fit, the feel, and the price across your entire wardrobe. Not just tees, but hoodies, jeans, activewear, everything you need to level up your everyday style.
True Classic delivers premium essentials built for real life. Grab yours at Target, Costco, or head to trueclassic.com/P4P. Get hooked up today. Now, before we go, just want to give a big shout out to the CEO and founder, Ryan Bartlett, for coming on our show and just showing some love. Now, let's get back to the episode.
I mean, like I said, we going through that. We're losing
Who's
stars.
next?
And then we kind of, and I feel like the last year and a half have kind of been in this phase of trying to figure out who's going to break out, who's going to be that next guy to carry the torch. And now I feel like right now where we're at, they're starting to put these fights together again that could potentially, someone could shine out of there. Mm-hmm. We've got Oliveira and Ilia. That dude, that could also send Ilia out there for a while, mm-hmm. And then you've got DDP and Hamza Chimaev, who emerges from that.
DDP, man, he is something else, bro. So long we thought he just was bad. He's not. He's really good. He's like really, really good.
Did you ever see that thing with him? And like he's like, they show like a clips of Homer Simpson, like doing everything wrong and somehow winning, and they kind of show like the same.
Good, dude.
That is,
bro.
Hilarious.
He was just. I was like, okay, so Izzy's gonna just